Today we're going to talk about least common multiple, also known as LCM. So least common multiple, and there's the bell, or LCM. So I'm going to show you two different ways to do this. The first way is listing multiples. So we're going to use this Ferris wheel problem to help us solve this. So the large Ferris wheel makes one revolution in 60 seconds. So the large wheel, 1 equals 60 seconds. Okay? The small wheel makes one revolution in 20 seconds. So we have a small wheel that makes one in 20 seconds. Okay? When are they both going to be back at the bottom? So if I start here on the small wheel and I start here on the large wheel, how much time will it take for both wheels to be back at the same position? Okay, well, we're going to start by making a list of multiples. So for 60, we're going to go 60 times 1 is 60, 60 times 2 is 120, 60 times 3 is 180. A multiple is nothing more than the answer to a multiplication question. It is the product of two factors. So to find the first multiple of 60, we take 60 times 1. The second multiple would be 60 times 2. And the third multiple would be 60 times 3. Now we're going to find multiples of 20. Okay, so we have 20 times 1, which would be 20. 20 times 2, which would be 40. 20 times 3, which would be 60. And we'll go ahead and add a fourth one, even though I know right now that this is my least common multiple. 20 times 4 would be 80. Okay? So right here, we have our first multiple. Now, least common multiple is the smallest common multiple for both numbers. Okay? So since there's a 60 here, it's going to take 60 seconds for both wheels to return to the start. Okay, now what that means is that the large wheel will spin one time, the small wheel will have to go around 3 times. So 3 times here, 1 time there. All right, so that's the first way. The second way is by doing a very simple method called tic-tac-toe. This method is called the tic-tac-toe method because we're going to start with a tic-tac-toe board. Or for those of us that like to call them hashtag, we're going to start with a hashtag. So I'm going to take my first number, which is 60, and I'm going to write it right there. Then I'm going to take my second number, which is 20, and put it right here. All right, and now I'm going to find a common factor for both. So since these both end in 0, I know that one common factor is 10. I'm going to write my common factor there. Now, 60 divided by 10 is 6. 20 divided by 10 is 2. Okay, so this would be 6 times 10 equals 20. And then 6 times 10 equals 60, and 2 times 10 equals 20. Now, I'm also going to look at the 6 and the 2. Is there any common factor that both a 6 and a 2 share? And the answer to that question is yes. They share a 2. Okay, so we're going to go with 2. 2 can divide the 6 3 times. 2 can also divide the 2 once. 3 and 1 are both prime, so we stop. Now, our least common multiple is going to be the product of the factors we pulled out and the result at the bottom. Okay, kind of looks like an L for LCM. So the LCM on this can be found by taking 10 times 2 times 3 times 1. So 10 times 2 is 20 times 3 times 1. And then we would solve that part and it would be, whoops, I almost wrote 20 again. It's going to be 60 times 1 equals 60. So the LCM equals 60. So once again, we confirm that it would take 60 seconds. All right, so what you need to do before class is pick one of these methods that works for you. The tic-tac-toe method will be extremely short and sweet and take the least amount of time, while the factor or multiple list will take a little bit more time and has a little bit more room for error. Watch it as many times as you need, and please come to class prepared with question A done before class. Thank you.